The Lord be with you.
And also with you.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke.
Glory to you, Lord.
Now all the tax collectors and sinners were coming near to listen to Jesus, and the Pharisees and the scribes were grumbling and saying, "This fellow welcomes sinners and eats with them." So Jesus told them this parable. There was a man who had 2 sons. The younger of them said to his father, "Father, give me the share of the property that will belong to me." So he divided his property between them. A few days later, the younger son gathered all he had and traveled to a distant country, and there he squandered his property in dissolute living. When he had spent everything, a severe famine took place throughout that country, and he began to be in need. So he went and hired himself out to one of the citizens of that country, who sent him to his fields to feed the pigs. He would gladly have filled himself with the pods that the pigs were eating, and no one gave him anything. But when he came to himself, he said, "How many of my father's hired hands have bread enough and to spare, but here I am dying of hunger? I will get up and go to my father, and I will say to him, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Treat me like one of your hired hands.' So he set off and went to his father. But while he was still far off, his father saw him and was filled with compassion. He ran and put his arms around him and kissed him. Then the son said to him, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son.' But the father said to his slaves, 'Quickly, bring out a robe, the best one, and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. And get the fatted calf and kill it. And let us eat and celebrate. For this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found.' And they began to celebrate. Now his elder son was in the field. When he came and approached the house, he heard music and dancing. He called one of the slaves and asked what was going on. He replied, 'Your brother has come, and your father has killed the fatted calf because he has got him back, safe and sound.' Then he became angry and refused to go in. His father came out and began to plead with him. But he answered his father, 'Listen, for all these years I've been working like a slave for you, and I never disobeyed your command. Yet you have never given me even a young goat so that I might celebrate with my friends. But when this son of yours came back, who has devoured your property with prostitutes, you killed the fatted calf for him.' Then the father said to him, 'Son, you are always with me, and all that is mine is yours. But we had to celebrate and rejoice, because this brother of yours was dead and has come to life. He was lost and has been found.'" The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Most high school English students know Portia's famous lines in The Merchant of Venice. "The quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth as the gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. It is twice blessed. It blesseth him that gives and him that takes." Today's Gospel shows mercy in action. A welcome home for a lost son, a party for someone who was lost and now is found, a father who runs out to meet his long-lost son, hugs and kisses him, places a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet, kills the fatted calf and throws the greatest gospel welcome home party. But son number one will have none of this. He comes in from work, hears the music and dancing, and stops dead. He sends one of his slaves to find out what's going on. A party in the middle of the week on a working day? The slave returns with the good news that his younger brother is back home, and his father is so happy he's invited the neighbors to a homecoming party. But son number one will not be moved. His father goes out and begs him to come in. Nothing doing. For all these years, I've worked like a slave for you. And what did I get? Not even a young goat for a party with my friends. You don't owe that son of yours anything, but you do owe me. I owe you? Who owes whom? When I gave your brother his share in the property, didn't I give you the farm itself? Now what have I left to give except a welcome home to him and an invitation to you to join in the homecoming? Don't you understand? Pleaded the father. Your brother, yes, your brother was dead and has come to life. He was lost and has been found. Doesn't that mean something to you? Come on, stop being angry. For once in your life, choose life. Let's party, for God's sake. What side are we on? The fathers or the older brothers? If we're into strict justice, balancing the books, restitution, punishment, time in prison, we take the older brother's side. If we're into mercy, forgiveness, reconciliation, welcoming back those given up for dead, we take the father's side. Is our God, the God you and I believe in, like the father or like the older brother? As a church, which of the two do we project? Do we strain our mercy or let it flow unstrained like gentle rain from heaven? Amazing mercy, amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved and strengthened me. I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now I see.